Hi, you guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to another week, another round, another paycheck in all of our pockets. Yes, I'm still claiming that for myself as well as you. Welcome back to another episode of Life is a Trip podcast. I am your celebratory host, Andrea, or Drea, if you butcher the A-N of my goddamn name. Still can't get that right, or the second half of my name. Welcome back to another week, you guys. Happy anniversary. You and I, we've been in this relationship for 3 years. How you feel? You good, baby? Happy anniversary. Life is a trip. 3 years ago, I decided to drop my first episode of this podcast, and I'm super grateful, super thankful for all of you that have been rocking out with me since then. We've been through a lot. I'm gonna tell you, 3 years sounds like a long time, but it really hasn't, and we've been through a complete shit show. In that short period of time, you and I, we've gone through a bunch of highs and a bunch of lows. So I thank you for sticking it out with me thus far, everybody. Happy anniversary. I don't know what the celebratory snaps are for, but here we go. I ain't gonna keep y'all long today. I just wanted to, we're gonna come here and talk about just something that came across my plate earlier this week, and I was like, you know what? Let me save that for the podcast. So I'm not going to keep y'all. Y'all know how it is. I'm not going to keep y'all. I won't be long-winded this week. But so get down to meat and potatoes. So anyway, I saw earlier this week, I don't know if it was a thread of someone else. You know how you can see conversations of people that are mutual between you and another person if the other person comments on it or whatever. So I think this was either a thread or this was a meme that a mutual person shared. Anyway, it spoke about married couples having the option to opt out after a certain amount of time. Like, let's say a couple's married for, 5 years. So at that 5-year mark, they do a contract renegotiation, if you will. And if things are going good, if they, decide that, okay, I fucks with you, you fuck with me. These first 5 years, they've been cool. We could do a little tweak here and there. I want to continue on. Let's go another 5. I'm going to tell you something. Contrary to popular belief, y'all know I love me some love. I love people being happy together. I love marriage. I love healthy, beautiful marriages. I love all that. But I'm going to tell you, this ain't the worst of ideas that I've heard in my lifetime from the interwebs. I honestly feel like it's not a bad idea. Because if you think about it, if you are at a 9-to-5 job, right? Every year, like clockwork, you have what? Your annual review, right? And pretty much what that is they have you and your boss have a sit down and you go over everything that you've done throughout the year. And pretty much you're kind of justifying why they need to keep you on, and also why you deserve a raise or why you deserve to, be promoted or whatever you want to discuss within your annual review, right? This is the time to do it. You go over what has transpired over the past year that makes you qualified to stay in this position. What makes you qualified to get more money. This is you selling yourself again, pretty much. It's kind of like another interview, low key. But, you go over the highs and lows of the year, what you feel you could improve on, what you feel that you've shined while doing. Like you kicked ass in a project. You want to highlight that. You want to acknowledge some of the things that, you not failed at, but didn't execute correctly. And you are recognizing where your strengths and your weaknesses lie, blah, 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 right? So with that concept in place, I don't think that it's a horrible idea to have a revisit of I'm saying contract renegotiation for a marriage license renewal, if you will, every 5 or so years. Why not? People change on a daily basis. Whether you're aware of it or not, you have changed just a little bit. You've seen something today that maybe tweaked your perspective just a little bit, maybe made you think differently about something that you've maybe stood firm in your beliefs over the years, and you saw this one thing, you're like, oh, mind blown, right? Little things happen. We change a little bit every single day. You mean to tell me you think the person you married 5 years ago is the same person they are today? Not possible. So why not have a sit down every 5 years or so? Like, baby, let's go over, let's have a review. Let's have a marriage review, right? And I tend to do this in my relationships, just, maybe every month or so, just do a check-in. Baby, how you feeling? How you doing? Where we at here? Is there anything you want me to do more of? Is there anything that I might be doing, not enough of? Or, well, the same thing as you want me to do more. But is there something that I'm lacking in? Is there areas that I'm lacking in that you might want me to beef up or you don't like, or whatever the case? This is the time to share all that. This is the time where you guys can have an adult discussion, where you can not air your grievances, but for lack of better words, air your grievances. Like, what you got going on? I don't like how you communicate. I haven't liked the way that you've been communicating over the past month. Let's find a better way to have conversations. Let's have a better way to resolve our conflicts. Instead of us storming out, let's do this, let's do that. I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy to have these check-ins in your relationship, putting the marriage thing on pause for a second. But I think it's healthy to have these check-ins in your relationships, even with friends. You need to have these check-ins to see where you stand with the person. Because like I said, you're not the same person that you were yesterday. So what makes you think over years of knowing somebody and being someone's, friend or significant other, that you haven't changed or they haven't changed over the years? It's healthy to let me spin the block and tap you on your shoulder. How you feeling, baby? You good? What's going on? What can be better in our relationship? That question right there will open up a bevy of different little satellite conversations. I promise you. Especially if you feel that maybe things are a little different, if things are off, if the routine has changed lately. That question right there is going to open up the floor to a conversation that hopefully at the end of it, you both will walk away with a kind of a newfound hunger for the relationship to want to do better. So, well, not all the time, but let's hope for the best, right? But I honestly, going back to the marriage thing, I feel like because people tend to look at marriage as, and I hate this. I hate that people look at marriage as like this negative act, this just dark cloud of, this the last, hurrah, sex is going to stop and blah, blah, blah. Like, no. First of all marriages are not the same, but to place them all in the same boxes is ridiculous. But yet I hear so many people do it so often. But I feel like it's a healthy act to check in on your partner consistently, not constantly, not every day. You don't have to do that every day, but why not do a temperature check? I'm trying to think if I told you guys how one of the situations I was in ended because I did a temperature check. Listen, I don't like wasting time. Drea doesn't like her time wasted. I don't like wasting anybody else's time. So if I see a change in routine, oh baby, we having a temperature check conversation. So we had been dating for it was a good chunk of the year. We were dating and I did a temperature check, and lo and behold, we ended things. Like, if not that same day, the day after, we ended things because he just was on some, this ain't where my mind is at right now, whatever the fuck he said. But I'm an advocate for doing this sit down, this contract renewal of sorts, because not only does it not waste their time, it doesn't waste your time. If I didn't have that temperature check conversation, ain't no telling how long he would have had that shit just being dragged out. I won't veer I won't veer too far off of this conversation about marriages, but I'm an advocate for these talks simply for that reason right there. Both of y'all time way too valuable to be sitting in a goddamn relationship because one person doesn't want to have the hard conversation, or one person doesn't want to hurt the other person. Bitch, what? If you feeling a certain way, if you not feeling a certain way, tell me so I can go. Flat out. Like, I don't like that. Oh, you're so sweet. It's not you, it's me. Fuck out of here. If you're not feeling something, the moment you are not feeling something, get out. But also, going back to the marriage, if you guys identify that at that moment of contract renegotiation, that you do a survey over all the 5 years or however long you're married before you have this talk, if 90% of the time that has been spent has not been happy for the both of you, this is your time to reevaluate staying in this relationship. Because I feel like outside of, love and all that other shit, I feel like this is the person that's supposed to be your teammate. This is supposed to be someone that's enhancing your life. If this person is not enhancing your life as they once were in the early years, it's time for you guys to seriously sit down and think about how you're going to move forward without each other. Don't stay in a relationship for love. Don't stay in a relationship that you guys both can't work on to become better people for each other in. If you don't see that happening on both sides, part ways, leave. It's not healthy for the both of you to stay in something like that. But I think having these types of talks, having these types of check-ins is something that can have these conversations start to see where you're at. Because like I said, a lot of people, they don't like having those uncomfortable conversations simply because of the love that they have for the other person. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want you to be sad, blah, 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 blah. Whatever excuse that they give that they don't have these. That's what's generally said instead of having the conversation to part ways. So going back to my initial thought, I don't think it's such a bad idea. Now, this is also coming from a very single, never married Andrea. My thoughts may change later down the line, but for now, today, as I sit in my 3rd anniversary episode, I feel like it's not a bad idea to have a 5-year review. Maybe in 5 years, this was fun. It was cute. I loved it. I love you. But let's go ahead and divorce. We had that experience. I loved it. I love it. But I don't think marriage is for us. I think maybe we should just stay in the significant other, not husband and wife category. Some people are like that. Marriage isn't for everybody, y'all. It's just because you're in a relationship doesn't necessarily mean you need to be married. Look at Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. They've been together for 92 years, right? Never been married. They don't want to be married as far as I'm concerned. Well, as far as I know. If they are they still together? As far as I know, marriage is just not their zhuzh. They don't want to be married to each other, but they've had a strong relationship over the past decade, for what I know. Over a decade. But I said all that to say, circle back with your partner, check in, see how they feeling, see how they doing, and see how you can grow and continue to move forward from there. Never back. Moving forward. If you don't see yourself moving forward, onward and upward, get out. That's it. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with. So if you want to connect with me online, make sure you hit me up at Life is a Trip Pod on all social media. And if you have any suggestions, topics, whatever the case, you can send me an email at lifeisatrippod@gmail.com. If you'd like to see my mug record this episode live and direct, you can become a patron at patreon.com/lifeisatrip. And I will see you on the bonus episodes. I will see you as I record these episodes. You can see the different tiers over there that you may want to join. Would love to have you. And outside of that, y'all, do something today that your future self will be proud of you for, which includes renegotiating this contract, having this relationship review. That's what I'm gonna title this relationship review. I just be working on the fly, y'all. All right, y'all have a good week ahead, and I will see you, talk to you, whatever, next week. Have a good one.